Good morning, farmers. Out here in our little apple orchard, collecting apples as you would in, when are we? July, I guess. We have apples in July. Yeah, just went ahead and picked them all. Got them all taken care of. How many apples? 178. That seems about right. Already got 2 jars of honey out of our beehives over here. And our flowers are doing okay. They look rather well. And our greenhouse, I assume, is doing fine as well. I can kind of peek in here a little bit. Yeah, it's doing just fine. So, I got 4 workers going on down in Old Wheatford. Trying to get those fields straightened away. Yeah, I thought they were done, and apparently I don't know what happened. But they're not done, but the workers will get them done at some point. We have our options today to plow, cultivate, harvest, even maybe seed and fertilize if I want to. I'm actually kind of feel like starting the day by plowing one of the fields up there. So we'll probably go ahead and do that. And I'm talking up there by Oliver's house. I don't know what I'm jumping for. I'm not that athletic to jump high enough so you can see Oliver's house. But you know where it is by now. So, yeah, just going around collecting the beehives, the honey of the beehives, and the apples. So that cycle. I don't know if you don't collect the apples. Say I don't collect the apples for like another month. Do the apples just like respawn at certain times, or what's the deal? James is happy, so we're all set there. I happened to look at the market price today. Peas are doing okay, but we know peas can go for over 1,000. And the lupine that we have as well, the price is all right, but so there's no rush to go ahead and harvest that today either. So that's what I'm thinking. I think I want to start the day by plowing a field, then I think I might go ahead and cultivate a field. Because that's what I feel like doing. The work needs to be done. Does it really matter what order I do it in right now? Not so much. The other thing I want to get on, someone did ask, I think the comment was made for Farmers Dynasty. They were asking about the bees. Not the birds and the bees, but the bees that we're just collecting the honey, the honey from. If you're playing on console, you do not, I believe you do not have the bees yet. So if you're playing on PS4 or Xbox, there's no bees. If you're playing on PC, I believe, and I can't really show you this because I don't think I can tear down the beehive to show you, but when you go to the locations that like where I am, you should have the same spot. If you come over, you should get a prompt where it says, it'll say like press E to build beehives. And I think it's $250 for the beehives. It's been a while for me, so I cannot say, but I think it's $250 for the beehives, and they just magically appear. And then what you want to do is you want to plant flowers around the beehives to increase your chances of getting honey more often. So if the question, because they left a comment on the weekly schedule a couple weeks ago, and I just happened to catch it. But this is the only series I got with beehives in it, so I assume this is what you're talking about. So hopefully this answers your question. Yeah, if you're on console, you don't have the beehives yet. You will in the future. But if you're on PC, just go to the 4 spots that I just kind of went. And you should get a prompt to show or ask, do you want to build beehives? And you say, yes, please. But like I said, it's like $250 a piece. So while we're down here, make my trips count. Let's hop into the FV tractor. Let's go ahead and grab our cultivator. Just like that. I'm not destroying crop, my workers are. So, on the topic of beehives and consoles, so just actually before I went to go ahead and record this episode, I heard from the devs, and I think they even put a video out. So, yeah, they gave an update on what's going on with the console and the console version. The reason why I haven't been in the updates, they've been really working on the Nintendo Switch version of the game. So once that gets taken care of through them and Nintendo, they will be getting back full bore apparently on the console version, giving you the updates, giving you everything. Well, I shouldn't say they said they're going to give you everything, but giving you things that are in the PC version. So I don't think he used the word everything, but he said bringing the more things that we have in the PC side. So I would not expect a console update anytime soon. And when I mean that, I mean like for the next couple of weeks, I would think. But in due time, I think you'll get the update, and well, at least that's what they're saying, and you'll get more of the things that we have in the PC version. So with that said, there's the update on the console version a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I wish they kind of said something earlier that they're all going full bore on the Nintendo Switch side of things. But that's where it kind of stands on the console side. As for the PC side, I don't think we're going to be getting anything new or anything like that, but you never know. Sometimes they throw a surprise in there on some updates. So we'll see what comes along in the future, if anything, for the PC side. But anyways, getting back to what we are doing, like I said, I feel like plowing and cultivating today. And this field here, I wanted to go ahead and cultivate just to kind of get it prepped. That way, if I need to use some manure from our shed, which I shouldn't need to in a while, but at least this field will be prepped anyways and kind of ready to go. And since I was bringing the cultivator up, I'm already in the tractor, I said, well, let's go ahead and just cultivate first. And then I think what we'll do is we'll grab the CX tractor, and the plow is already up here, is it not? I think I may have parked it actually over in that field, so I may plow that field afterwards. I was thinking plow the other field, the 2-hectare size field, but I think we'll, since the tractor is already parked there, we'll just go ahead and plow that one. And that's kind of my plan only for today. And keep track of my workers down in Old Wheatford and get that all squared away. Keep them rolling, man. Just got to keep them rolling. That way when we get to September, our fields are ready for planting winter canola. I don't know if I should be calling it winter canola anymore after the tests I did between winter canola and in-season canola, because we got the same results. So I don't know if there's a difference on that. With that being said, but you know what I mean when I say plant winter canola. We're going to plant it in September sometime. And yeah, that way when next season comes, ta-da, we'll get tons of cash. Tons and tons of cash. Not that I don't have tons of cash already, but yeah, we'll just go ahead and fatten our bank account a little bit and see what the wife thinks about that. It will be kind of interesting because, you know, next season I expect Timmy to come out of the crib next season, and I would also expect my wife to get pregnant again. And the second time we should have a daughter, and I can't remember what her name will be. I'm drawing a blank on it right now. Used to know, but right now it's just going over my head. A couple hours from now I'll be recording like a farming simulator episode and be like, oh yeah, her name is so and so, and I'll be like, well, it's the wrong series. Yeah, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, so that's kind of our plan for the rest of this. You know, you kind of know my plan. I go over my plans a little bit here with you. My plans usually do change though, so stay tuned. I did not check today to see what the kind of jobs are out there for us to do. If I want to do any jobs, I would only do right now are fix the building, because those are, for us right now, those are quick and easy. Because I have fixed all the buildings I believe that can be fixed, so it's pretty much just, yeah, go there and you know, collect my social points and the cash. Neither do I need, but it's always fun to get a little bit more. Because I would like to get $5 million by the end of the season, which, you know, you may be looking and say, well, what's the problem? But I gotta keep hiring workers, which costs me money. And when September comes, though, I should make it back on all the ingredients that we're going to sell to Rose. If she decides to come back. She may not want to come back here after she probably had to take out a lien on her house so she could pay me for everything I sold her. But I'm sure she made a profit in what I sold her, so who knows. She'll come back, you know, we'll just do business that way. She's like a third party kind of a thing, you know. I sell it to her, then she turns around and sells it to the community. I would rather, and I thought about this a long time ago, and I don't know if I ever mentioned it. I say a lot of things in my own head when I'm not recording, and I can't remember if I said them in a video or not. But I thought it would have been nice if, because I know a lot of the farmers around where I live, they have their own fruit stands or whatnot. So it would be nice if I could build like my own fruit stand around the farm somewhere, and the neighbors would come and buy from your fruit stand and make money that way. So, you know, I could make like the fruits and vegetables from the apple trees and the greenhouses. You know, you could put stuff in that inventory, and people would buy right from straight from your fruit stand. John may not like it because it comes directly to me or what have you, but I guess in a way that's what Rose is. It's kind of our personal little fruit stand, I suppose. But it'd be more, I think it'd be a little bit more interesting if you get like, you know, you're out working all day, especially if you're a new player and you get a greenhouse. You put stuff in your fruit stand, fruit and vegetable stand. You come back and you find like, I don't know, $80, $100 sitting in your jar at the fruit stand. Yep, still not quite sure what's going on with the traffic since the last update. They tend to stop in the middle of the road for, I don't want to say unknown reasons, but yeah, I don't see anyone standing in the road where they're stopping for. Maybe because is it Aiden that's over there? Aiden, I think that's his name. He's kind of in the front yard, so is he close enough to where the AI traffic is saying I need to stop because there's someone near the road? I don't know. So there's our last field of peas that we need to harvest at some point. Like I said, no rush to go ahead and do that when the price is not nearly as good as we know it can be. I think today the peas are going for like $8.50. And I think we've seen it at a couple points up near $1,100. So, I mean, if the price was $1,100, the first thing I'd be doing today is harvesting those peas and go ahead turning around and selling them right away. But since the price is blah, then yeah, blah, we're just going to pass on it for today. And the peas aren't going anywhere, and the weather's good. And as far as I know, in Farmers Dynasty, I never tried to let the fields go too long in between. I don't think they can wither. In other words, that your crops will die and not harvest anything. Your plants might wither through the winter. It's like if you plant a crop in September that's not really made to grow through the winter, or it can stand up to winter temperatures. It used to be. That's why we used to call it. Well, we still call it winter wheat and winter canola because that can grow through the winter. All other crops normally, when you go to sleep in September, wake up in April. If you planted like peas or lupine or any other crops, they should be withered, but I know some people sleeping through winter have had some issues with that, and that's true with wheat and canola. Sometimes they wake up and they say, well, I woke up in April and all my crops were dead, or I slept through winter and all my crops, corn, whatever, made it through winter, so I'm not really sure. I just go ahead and do canola at this point. Maybe this year we'll plant, I'll take some of the smaller fields and maybe I'll plant every crop that's available to us in-game, and I'll plant them and see if they actually make it through the winter. I guess I could do a test on that maybe. It might actually be easier. Yeah, maybe I'll do that as a test. Yeah, testing. What crops make it through the winter? Because I haven't done that. Check that out for myself personally since probably a year and a half ago or so. Yeah, well, I don't know. But I did do it once, and I don't know if I even made a video on it. I just tested it myself to see what would happen. And I'm like, oh, okay. So this is what happens during the winter months, all right? And what I always recommend to people, if you are getting ready to sleep through the winter, the best thing to do before you go to bed and sleep. So say like it's within the week of the end of the season, you want to sleep a week, and you know you're going to go through April. Before you sleep, save the game. That way, if you wake up in April and something has gone haywire, you can just reload the game and start back in September and try it again and see what happens. Save and save often. Just don't save at the wrong time, that's all. There is the only autosave that we have in the game right now, though, is you can turn autosave on when you complete quests, and it'll autosave the game. Nothing worse than doing about 3-4 hours of gameplay and then forget to save the game. Then all of a sudden the game, or what have you, whatever may come up, all of a sudden the game locks out on you, and you go to restart. I'm like, when did I save the game last? And it's like, oh no, yeah. I mean, I don't want to jinx it, but the game has been very stable for me since the full release came out back in November. course, the only time the game was actually crashing on me was when we had the harvester problem. Hired workers harvesting your fields. Yep, so I think, like I said before, these 4 fields that we had the peas in, I think we're going to go ahead and just replant them with peas one more time. And we'll harvest those when September rolls around. Where the lupine fields are, we're just going to harvest those and prep those for September. Yeah, I'm not in the rush anymore to get every field constantly doing 3 harvests a year. I didn't mind it when I only had like maybe 25 fields, 30 fields, whatever. Now that we have 50, it's like, you know what? We're fine. I'm just here to do farm work. Occasionally, we're going to skip some time like we did in between April harvesting and now. What did I do? I skipped like a month and a half or so, whatever it was. So we can kind of expect once we get all these fields harvested and turned a little bit. Yeah, we'll be skipping it all the way through until mid-August. Yeah, mid-August sounds good. What is today? July 3rd. All right, yeah. I knew it was early July. I just didn't know what part of July because I kind of remember talking last episode about the 4th of July. Yep, and I still would like to see the scarecrows kind of get destroyed when you harvest the field. I think it should be one of those, the scarecrow should be one of those things is when you go, you know, it shouldn't be a ghostable item. In other words, that you can't go through it. I think if you were to go run through it, that it should destroy it. And you'd have to rebuild it. And you're probably saying, well, you know, I don't want to keep having to put it down. Well, in theory, the scarecrow is there to keep the birds from eating your seeds. So what you would do is, of course, after you get done harvesting it, the scarecrow would be gone because you probably drove through it with a harvester. And then you would just fertilize your fields, plow, cultivate. Then when you seed, boom, you put in a scarecrow and it's there for a couple months. And, you know, then Bob's your uncle. And you're all set to go. I know if you're a new player, you're going to say, but yeah, they're expensive, like $2.50 a piece. Yep, they are. But it does add 10% to your yield income, so it's definitely worth to put down. But that's just my opinion. I think the scarecrow should be destroyed if you were to run over it. That's the way I would like to see it. Probably should be checking how many work... No, I didn't want to click on... The amount of times I try to just move the map, I actually click on a vehicle. I have no workers going at the moment. Okay, we need to fix that. Alright, so let's try this. Plowed and cultivated. Alright, so you're good to go. The big field. Okay, the big field's done. Okay, this one here has probably been plowed but not cultivated, so let's go ahead and cultivate that. And then I gotta wait 6 seconds. Oh, while we're here, let's take a quick look at our... Those are done? Dun da dun dun. Dun da dun dun. And those are dun da dun 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 also, apparently. Yep, these are all done. Okay. Well, while I'm here, and I'm hiring workers and waiting, yeah, we'll go ahead and take care of these. Plowed, cultivated, not plowed or cultivated. How about this field here? Okay, that's taken care of. Alright, you go ahead and plow that field. Sounds good. Where was I? This door right here. So now I got to go around and check all my greenhouses. I didn't think it's been 3 weeks, but I guess it has been. Of course, now I don't remember when I picked them up, but that's what you get when you do both your recordings on the same day. And then you don't play for a week, and it's like, what was I doing? Did I do that? Yes, we did. Yes, we did. So all these will go in storage. I don't know what I have. Oh, I got bell peppers. You know, let's put down some bell peppers. Why not? I got them in my hand apparently, so let's go ahead and plant them all down. Then after I plant these, we'll hire another worker. Then go clean out another greenhouse. And then get back to doing the field work that we need to do here. Alright, all looking good. Let's go ahead and close the door. Go back to the map. Yep, so we got 2 workers going along here. This field needs to be plowed. Wait, let me double check that. Yes, it needs to be plowed. And, yep, hire a worker. Your worker is coming to plow. Yes, I know. I know he is. Tomatoes. I gotta be kind of careful because I'm getting kind of full of tomatoes, but thanks to Sally reminding me that if my pantry gets too full, there is a chest upstairs in the attic I can throw them in, I guess. Doesn't seem right to be, you know, the last place you want to store vegetables is in a hot, steamy attic in the summertime, but, you know, it's there. I used to store things up there. I used to store, like, the chocolate, the chocolates, the flowers, all that kind of stuff. Can I enter my, thank you, storage area? What do we have lots of? Zucchini. Well, that's what we're putting down then. Let's go ahead and put down zucchini. So I'm kind of glad I kind of misclicked and clicked on the tractor to this greenhouses. This does mean that all my other greenhouses are done except for the one at the farm itself, because we were just trying to see if my wife would actually collect the greenhouse. I think my wife is rebelling on that a little bit. Maybe she thinks we have enough vegetables. Alright, 2 of the greenhouses done. And now I can hire one more worker. Where are we needed to be working here? You're plowing that. You know, it's getting kind of crowded there, so let's go ahead and do this. Let's just hire a worker to come over here. Work needs to be done everywhere, so yeah, let's just go ahead and do that. What greenhouse am I facing now? This one over here. I knew that. And I want to grab the seeds first. No. Seeds first. And pumpkins sound really good. Spicy pumpkin soup. Yeah, okay, I wasn't sure if I hit the button quick enough there. Guess I am. And then we can go back to cultivating our field, which won't take us too long, since we're just about done. Like I said, we're going to jump over, then plow the field, and that's not even a 1 hectare size field, so yeah, we'll rip through that pretty quickly. And literally just rip through it. Yeah, to me though, that big tractor, the FV tractor, it is nice, but is it something you need to go out and get right away? Not really. There we go. All these greenhouses are now set. What I'm going to go ahead and save the game here. This save looks good. There we go. First save of the day. Just because, you know, you did all the greenhouses were... No, that's the wrong button. Wrong game. And then jump back up to here. Perfect. And... Yep, it's down. Okay, so now we're all set. 4 workers on the go one more time. If you want to count me as a worker, I'm worker number 5. And I guess I should count my wife because she does do the chicken eggs and milk the cows. I think she's doing that. I really haven't checked at all recently, but yeah, I need a lot of eggs only because when September comes, I'm going to do a lot of recipes. That's the only thing that's a downside about skipping a week at a time, is you're missing out on a lot of days to collect eggs and milk. And if you want to do a lot of recipes, like I probably can, because we're going to have a lot of raw materials come around the fall time. The materials I'm going to run short on is eggs and milk. So Yeah, the only thing is, it's like, well, just sleep a day and let your wife collect it. But she doesn't collect. I don't think she, collects everything until 9 o'clock in the morning. But if you're on the farm, she won't. So you kind of gotta. So you wake up at 6, you would have to kind of go somewhere for like 3 hours, let her collect, and then go back. I kind of forgot to be collecting the Gus and Dukes, the duck and goose eggs. Even though they're not into a recipe, I'm wondering at some point if they don't add a recipe for those. That'd be kind of interesting to have duck and goose eggs and not really implement them somehow. I mean, I guess you could just go ahead and eat them. Are they part of the egg recipes at all? Where you can just make a plain egg from a duck and goose egg? Like a chicken egg? I don't know that for sure. If I remember when I get back to the farm, we'll go into the kitchen just double check to see what the egg recipes. I think all the egg recipes are all chicken eggs. Let's see, it's July, August, September. Yeah, I really need to get these fields turned over and replanted if I want to do everything correctly. Because it's going to take 2 months for these fields to get ready for harvest. So right now, if I were to plant them today, right around September 3rd, these fields will be ready for harvest. But we're only talking 4 fields, so it won't take me long to turn over 4 fields. I mean, really, we're only working like half a day, in a sense. Yeah, back in the early days, we get up at 6, work until 10, 11 o'clock at night. Occasionally, we would work until 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Back in our younger days. I will say I think this tractor right here, the FE tractor, has become my favorite. That's why it's called the FV tractor, for favorite. It just handles everything rather well. I don't think there's an implement that I put on here where it doesn't handle well. As we saw, the CX tractor, the big tractor, when I put this cultivator on that, it does not handle well at all. This does the cultivator well. It does the plow rather well. It can haul the big grain trailer no problem. So if I were to start over, I would kind of look for this tractor to be probably my first buy. For a tractor, that is. I would still go the route the way I did when I first started. My first purchase would be the combine. So that field is now plowed and cultivated. Let's drive on over here, park it up, and then we'll grab our tractor. What did I do with my tractor? Ah, it's over there. I knew that. So we'll grab our magic plow. And the reason why I call it my magic plow, so it's still kind of funny that it should be this color right here, the orange color, which kind of matches that tractor. You know what? What the heck with the FE tractor. Let me just make sure. Put down the cultivator. Let's go ahead and plow with this tractor just to make sure I'm not barking up the wrong tree when I said this hauls the plow no problem. There we go. Orange all around. Let's rotate it around here. Nope, that's the wrong button. That's the other game. There you go. Now put the plow down. So this is just with one axle going and it's hauling the plow no problem, and the front of the tractor's not going left, right at all. I just wanted to make sure I was saying the right thing, but saying this tractor doesn't have a problem with the plow. And I'm like, well, you know what? The plow's right there. The tractor's there. Why run over and get the CX tractor when you got this one right here? The thing is, I even forgot how much horsepower this thing has. Does it say it in... When I look at the tractor, does it say... No, it does not. what was I looking at? Oh, okay. I was like, I saw numbers there. No, that's the field you're looking at, Peanut. I know that. Just want to see if the people at home are paying attention. I was just curious how much, because I forgot how much horsepower this is compared to the CX tractor. Not that I can remember how much horsepower that had either. We'll go ahead and get this field done in no time flat. Like I said, what was this, 0.87? Is it 0.87? 0.87? Yeah, okay, I remember that. But then again, it's only been a week since I looked at it, and that's why I remember the number. I did miss a few amount of peas in here, but not enough to go around and collect them all. I waste more in diesel fuel in the combine trying to get all those little stocks rather than getting money I would get for selling those outright. Like I said before, I do like plowing fields. I think, like I said, it's just a matter of when I look at a field like this with stubble in it, it's just a matter of to me it's like a dead field. It's not doing anything. By plowing, it makes me feel like I'm cleaning it. I'm making it all crisp and clean, starting fresh, starting over. Unless I'm plowing the 7.55 hectare size field with this plow, then I know I'm going to be there for a while. And I haven't plowed that field in a while. Ever since workers came along, it's like, wait, I only got to pay you how much to plow that field? Yeah, you go ahead and you plow that field. I know there's some crop over here I missed, so I just want to make sure I get it all, because it does bother me if I leave stubble around and I go around harvest like months later. I'm like, how did I not plow the whole field? The more I think about it now, like I said, mentioned earlier about the fruit stand, I would like to have my own fruit stand in front of the farm. Kind of over by the fireplace, but I don't think John would like it too much if I were selling fruits and vegetables right kind of like next to his store. And I would just tell John, well, you know what? I could either just sell to you outright, then you can sell them, or I can get a better price at my own fruit stand. Yeah, I shouldn't be that way to John. John's been nice to us ever since we kind of moved in. For the most part. Used to visit him quite often, but once I got married, it's like, nope, don't need John anymore. Except to sell things to. Never back up with the plow down, folks. Actually, I don't think you can, so... Yeah, so if the plow's down, yeah, just make sure. Yep, you can't back up. It would be interesting if... if they actually put it into the game, like if you backed up with the implement down, it would actually, like... kind of break your implement, and then you have to go back to your farm and repair it. But they kind of went the route of just making it so we can't back up with the implement down. I think I fell for that when I first started playing this game for a while. It's like, why can't I back up? I thought there was something wrong with the game. Then I learned, like, oh, you just don't want us to back up with the equipment down. I gotcha. So I'll have to get that field harvested just because. But as long as I just keep on working and as long as I got 4 workers going, we're fine. Everything's fine. Except for I am seriously hungry. Does anyone want to guess what I'm going to have for dinner? Actually, you may. I kind of just forgot, but I think they're in my pocket anyways. Or did I not do it? Did I not grab a dish to eat instead of the Italian tomato soup? I'm trying to remember now. I've been in my inventory a couple times already today, and I don't remember. But I think last episode we were down in the pantry, and I was mulling over saying, let's change up our meal from Italian tomato soup to, and I was going to put something in my inventory, and I kind of forgot if I did or didn't. We'll find out here shortly when I get to the end of this row. We're gonna tab out, check my little back pocket where I magically keep all this stuff, and see what I did here. Yep, I got rid of it, and we're carrying with us red egg casserole. My food is at 24, and this gives me 80, so that's almost perfect. Oh, yummy! That's so much better than Italian tomato soup. Nothing wrong with Italian tomato soup, just that, I've been eating it now for a couple years. Yeah, I want to say this is my 6th or 7th season. Well, Timmy is going on his 4th season, right? And I think it took me a couple years to get married, so yeah, it could be, yeah, we'll just say my 6th season. So the first 2 seasons I had nothing but eggs. Not even cooked eggs. It was just the eggs right out of the chicken coop, because we didn't have a cooktop to cook on in the early days. Then once I got married, I was eating whatever my wife cooked, and then once we could cook, I started just carrying the Italian tomato soup around and eating that. So my diet has been pretty plain for the most part. Just curious, I'm like, how much fuel do I have left in this? 86%. We are good for a while. Not like the original days when the game first came out. So like the Jack Bear. If I were to plow this field with the Jack Bear, it'd probably eat up the whole fuel. It could burn right all to the fuel that thing could carry on a field just like this. I think it was like 3/4 of a hectare to like a hectare you could plow in the Jack Bear and the 4-spaded plow, and you were pretty much out of fuel. Made many trips to the gas station in the early days. Yeah, one of my workers must be getting close to being done. And this time, when it comes to Old Wheatford, I'm double and triple checking things. And we will check on our workers here just shortly once we get done with this field. What time is it? Wow, it's already almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I spent too much time around the farm this morning collecting apples and collecting honey, getting on my little iPad and checking out the prices at the agricultural market. Because you never know what the market's going to be. Tractor is getting all dirty, but the plow looks just as clean as like if I bought it this morning. Oh, missed a little spot there, but as long as I get it to 100%, I'm fine with it. Yeah, missing spots in the middle of the field don't bother me as much. As long as it gets to 100% when I plow, it's when it's on the edges, then I go around and seed it later on, and yep, and I leave all the stubble there. Just, I don't know, one of those things that kind of get to me a little bit. I am weird that way, but then again, I'm weird in many ways. Yeah, so I've been plowing this whole field without the second axle locked onto this tractor, so you just saw me cultivate with this tractor. Now you see me plow with the tractor. Not one problem whatsoever. It seeds well with this as well. It seeds well with this as well. That's really good English. And I guess what I can try is when I get that grain trailer full, I guess I can hook up the grain trailers and see how good it pulls or how well it pulls. Probably not 100% already it is, but I'm not going to leave this little strip up here. Yeah, see, I should be damaging that scarecrow every which way. I never heard of, what did I just have for lunch? A red egg casserole, is that what it's called? Yeah. I mean, I assume it's eggs and tomatoes. Egg casserole, tomatoes, and bell pepper. Alright, so there is that field plowed and ready to be cultivated at some point. Not too bad. Of course, we got to plow and cultivate this field, and of course, yeah, I think maybe next time we'll go ahead and harvest this field. It won't take me too long. The field's less than 2 acres, or excuse me, 2 hectares. So it'll probably take me a little bit of the morning hours to do that. Yeah, what do I got? Some workers. Actually, I only got 2 workers. Let's go ahead and hire one plowed and cultivated. Plowed, cultivated. Well, you need to be plowed, so yep, go ahead and go on and do with that. I'll wait 6 seconds, and while I'm waiting the 6 seconds, probably the best thing to do is just use the map and... actually, before... Nope, don't click on the field. Cultivate a field, plow a field, transportation. Ooh, fix a building. I know what building you want fixed. No, why? Every time I accidentally click on a tractor. And what do you got down here? Deliver tomatoes. Actually, I got tomatoes. Why not? We'll hop on down this tractor. I got tomatoes because, well, we just cleaned out those greenhouses. I'm not going to get paid much, but why not? Yeah, this is the worker we just hired to plow this field here. I said, you're here to plow this field here. Hey. You know what? Take as long as you want, because I'm only paying you once, and it's a flat fee. So take as long as you want. I mean, you drove past this corner. Anyways, this is plowed and cultivated. Okay. All good. Let's go see if we can find this. You know what? Let me hire another worker, because I'll forget. And actually, those 2 other workers I had have already up and disappeared. So, plowed and cultivated. Plowed and cultivated. The words of the day. Plowed and cultivated. Let's go ahead and cultivate that field. There we go. Yeah, I know. I just hired a worker. Thank you very much. The amount of days I came down here to court my wife, Allison. And her chickens are still... I don't know what they're doing. Let's not ask. And your name is... I can't remember your name. Oh, Lucas. Although you look rather different than he did back in the day. If you want to know what I'm talking about, I have no idea what episode it would be. Yeah, there's episode. Actually, I think I got married before I started doing episodes on Farmers Dynasty, so you may not be able to see. So don't bother. Yeah, I would say don't bother. I think I was married when I started doing recordings on here. So where's this job I need? How about if you put a star on the map? That usually helps. So this is not plowed or cultivated in this field here, so let's go ahead. You know what? No, cultivate that field over there. I try to keep my workers away from one another just because, you know, I can just see my luck where the 2 workers will stop because they get too close to one another and neither one will budge and I'll have to fire one. I don't want to deal with that. Do not want to deal with that at all. So this is Sasha and... Is it Sasha and Steve? Well, it is Sasha. Owen. I knew that.
Hello there.
Good afternoon.
It is a good afternoon. What can I help you with?
Is there something I can help you with?
I mean, I already know,
Yes,
but...
I need some tomatoes, but can't go to the shop now. Will you bring me these?
You won't believe this, but I have like thousands in my pocket.
Sounds good. I'll take care of this.
Thank you. Here's something for you.
Yeah, I got 2,700 in my pocket. And doing quest? Yep, autosave. I was trying to see, but when I was in third person, it looked like I had like a wrinkly face. I must be getting old. Where was that? Is there a bus stop around here? Yeah, right on over here. But before you do that, though, how about you actually hire another worker somewhere? De-dum-dum. Let's go ahead. I don't want to sell that field. 1, 2. Oh, I got 4 workers. I already got 4 workers. All right, so let's jog over here. This should be plowed and cultivated. It is. Perfect. I thought one day, I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a bridge over there, a metal bridge. I was expecting to be able to fix that someday, but not yet. This field's been plowed, but not cultivated, but it is being cultivated as we speak. I'll just wave to Sally. I'll yell, "Hey Sally, how you doing? I can't stop today. I'm too busy." Running up to this bus stop. It may charge me a couple dollars to go ahead and use the bus stop, but it's fine. I think we need to go up here to Mary Waters. Sometimes they'll say in the corner how much I pay for the ticket. But today it didn't. Are they all into the chicken coop area? None of you have the quest. It was up here, wasn't it? Oh, you're on the move. It's a man on the run. So it is a house, or the barn, I think it is. So this is going to be one of those $300, or is it 300 social, $600? Yeah, that's the house it's going to be. We'll just trot on over. We'll get there eventually. Meanwhile, you can look at the nice scenery around here. I think I see strawberries. So this is where the marker was. That's where they were standing by. I know right where they're going. Actually, this came to my mind when I was going past that tree. I was like, yeah, too bad my chainsaw can't cut down the tree, but hopefully sometime soon, Lumberjack's Dynasty will be coming out. I will be showcasing that on this channel when it does. Ah, this guy gives me the willies.
Care to talk?
Good afternoon.
Yeah, we are looking for work.
I am looking for work. Got anything for me?
A building on my farm needs some care. What do you think?
I'm thinking it won't take me long.
Sounds good.
So it's
I'll take care of
$300,
this.
600 social points. You think I would know that by now, that the social points are doubled. You ever wonder how much social points you get for doing a job? So like you go there, it's like, well, yeah, you're paying me 300. How much social points? It's always double. Of course, subject to change. So I know he's going to pay me $300, but I should get 600 social points for it. Am I close enough?
Thank you.
There we
Here's
go.
something for you.
And it should say $300, 600 social points. Yep. It's always double. And this is the other thing kind of gets me. So I can come over here. Like, I don't own this field. I can see that it's corn / maize. It's ready for harvest, but I can't see if it's been plowed, cultivated, or fertilized. Usually none of the above. So just keep that in mind. What's this? A drone race probably? Yeah. Yeah, that's a drone race. But let's head on home. Worked a little longer than I wanted to today. It's almost 5 o'clock. Too long for me these days. Too long. I'm going to head down to the pantry, though. I want to get rid of these tomatoes. What have I got for tomatoes in here? Where's my... Alright, so I'm not going to go over my limit, so we are good. Put them all in here, because I don't want to be doing delivered tomatoes. Not that my wife is going to use them either, but there we go. Just have to remind myself that I got other greenhouses to clean. Oh, that's right. Let's go in here. No, use the cooktop. There we go. Yeah, it just shows eggs. I don't. Do you want to try it? Of course you do. You want to see it for yourself. So let's just. Do I have mushrooms? You know what? Let's use tomatoes and a melon. Tomato, melon, egg. Tomato, melon, egg. Tomato, melon, egg. Okay, so 1 tomato, 1 melon, and that's a regular egg. That's a duck egg. That's a goose egg. You know what? We'll grab one of those, grab one more of those, and wait, what do I need? Melon, right there. Alright, so let's go back upstairs and see if I can actually make it with a duck and a goose egg. No, you cannot. No, you cannot. The reason why I want to try it is because we tried it with a fish. So over here, there's 2 different kinds of fish that you can catch. And each individual fish over here shows you what... So this fish will make fish and tomato sauce, which is weird because you only need a fish, not tomato sauce. And this is fish in aroma oil. So when I saw the recipes over here, I'm like, okay, so wait, the recipes only call for 1 fish. What about the other? And we found out either fish will work in this recipe. So I was thinking, can I use any egg in these recipes? And no, as we can see, we cannot. Cannot do. What about eggs? No. So that is a no-go. So your duck and goose eggs right now, you can't even cook. You can eat them raw, I suppose, which is fine. But just a heads up, right now they don't do anything. So just collect them and eat them raw, I suppose. And yeah, being as late as it is, I'm going to go in here, but I'm pretty sure the duck and goose eggs will be long gone. Yep, they're all gone. And close on the gate. Let's go down and see what Rex is up to. Let me go this way just quickly just to make sure. 82%, so I got plenty of time. Of course, I said that last time I had plenty of time and I forgot about it, and yeah, I overfilled it. Rex is down here with the wild animals. No fire going for you, Rex. I'm just going to say hello to you. I'm going to sit on down and just catch up on some rest here. But that's where we're going to wrap it up for today, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you next time on The Day on the Farm. But until then, have a good one.